Well, Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. This is Jason, but you already knew that. Zombie Collector. It is 9 p.m. on Christmas Eve here in the great state of Indiana. And I'm sure most people are spending time with their families, or if they even have friends. But the one thing about living away from your family that sucks is when there's holidays like this, you're not around them a lot. So you kind of have to just make do with what you're being dealt. So I've been busy like a little Christmas elf trying to get things ready for tomorrow for me and Luca and his mom. Do a little bit more late shopping, nothing special. Do a little grocery shopping, buying a few little things for myself. And I'm like, you know what? It's 9 o'clock. I'm trying to stay up and see if I get lucky and see Santa Claus. So I'm like, fingers crossed, I might see Santa at some point. But I feel like if I stay up as late as I can, maybe I'll catch him when he's trying to sneak in. But I don't have a fireplace. But Tim Allen taught us anything that Santa Claus can go through any source of outdoor apparatus that brings you into the house. So with that thinking, I should see Santa today. So I'm pretty pumped about that. So yeah, so I'm just kind of was like, you know what? I got some downtime. Listen to some music. I've been watching some movies, getting into the old spirit of Christmas. And I thought, you know what? I got nothing else going on right now. So let's go live. Everybody else pops on, great. If nobody else pops on, that's fine too. But I just thought I'd just have some fun, chit chatting and catching up with everybody. Whoever might be available. If no one's available, that's totally fine too. Of course. I'm gonna try to get these rookie cards out of the way. I still have some 1987 Topps cards I can open up and go through. So I think I might be doing some of that just for kicks and giggles. Whoa now. Dropping stuff on the ground. What do we have? Who is this here? Somebody's like really excited. That's D. Martin? Okay, D. Martin. So they say it's D. Martin. I didn't think that was D. Martin. Hey, what up, Ron? What up, brother? What up, brother man? You been doing all right, man? Trying to get all these cards in order here. So yeah, man, just kind of, like I said, hanging out. Just had some downtime. I want to finish these 1987 Topps cards after I opened it up this morning. Yeah, oh, nice. You guys, Samurai Cop. Nice. Yanks fan. That's pretty cool that you know that movie. There's some B-movie greatness. Oh, Samurai Cop. Is that Troma, I think? Is Troma Samurai Cop? I can't remember exactly. That's it might not be Troma. But it's pretty cheesy B movie. Oh yeah, for sure. There is but yeah, Samurai Cop. They made another one. Actually, they made a Samurai Cop Part 2 or something just a couple years ago. Apparently, Samurai Cop 1, there was a clamoring for Part 2. So yeah, that was a pretty interesting film. If you like Samurai Cop, you might also like Wolf Cop. And there's also nothing to do with cops, but it's also in that vein of over-the-top ridiculousness. Hobo with a Shotgun, which is a favorite of mine. Rutger Hauer, one of Rutger Hauer's last movies. Hobo with a Shotgun. Good stuff. Good stuff. I mean, you got hobos, you got shotguns. What could possibly go wrong? Also, if we're talking about ridiculous over the top B movie Cheese Fest. I don't know. This is probably 1990, 89. I can't remember. Franklin, is it Frank Hill? Not Franklin Hill, maybe Frank Hill. Frankenhooker. Frankenhooker is a great B movie. It's let's just say it's something you've never seen before. I guess we can say that. We can say it's something you've never seen before. It's quite different. It's a new take on the Frankenstein monster, let's say. So anyway, like I said, I had some 87 tops I'm going to open up and try to finish this box. I got about like 4, 8, 12, 16 packs left. I had to count. Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody. Even though Merry Christmas to Bob Lewis. But yeah, like I said, I just wanted to chit chat, catch up. I want to get rid of these. I want to get through these cards. And I thought instead of opening up and just, uneventful, maybe I can open up on camera, get some interaction with people. I'm surprised there's even a handful of you guys even watching. I honestly thought it'd be everybody be with their families or friends or watching movies or anything except popping on with me. But I am very humbled that you all decided to spend a little bit of your Christmas time with me. So I'm going to... Kirby Puckett got the dreaded gum card. So Kirby Puckett out of the first pack I opened up got the dreaded gum card. So let's see if I get any luck with some of these cards. Because like I said from earlier today, I got 2 Barry Larkin, I got 2 Barry Bonds, and a Bo Jackson. So not too shabby. So let's take a look here. I'm not going to get all crazy like I was earlier. There's a Don Mattingly, 87 with his All-Star card there. You can't beat that. So, like I was saying before, if y'all didn't know, I was opening this box because I want to try to get some extra TTM fuel, as TTM Troy says. He always talking about the TTM fuel. And, Dave Righetti got the dreaded gum card this time. Dave Righetti. He got taken out with the old gum card. Let's take a look and see who's next. I'll just show you the cards that are worth showing, if that's even the correct terminology. Well, I don't know if it's worth showing, but there's a Pete Rose. Right there for you. I'm looking for a Luis Robert card in this. I don't know if I'm going to get lucky and find one or not. But I'm opening this up, hoping I'll get a Luis Robert card. Or maybe like a Mike Trout rookie card also. So if you know there's a Mike Trout rookie cards in this, let me know. I know there's like a certain correlation that they use for the Mike Trout rookie card in the 87 tops. I'm gonna try to hopefully hit it. All right, that's a nobody, so we'll skip over that. Let's take a look here. Do I get any? Is this pack gonna be? I think this pack's gonna be a bust. Oh, Indiana's own Walt Terrell. There you go, Indiana's own Walt Terrell. And if you're wondering, I should say Jeffersonville, Indiana, where he's from. Lo and behold, I don't know if you all can see it, but there at the bottom it says born Jeffersonville, Indiana. The very bottom. That is my hometown. That's where I grew up. And he went to school with my uncle, and they were friends. And that's how I even knew who he was. And he came and watched me play baseball when I was a little kid. I thought it was So cool. Because it wasn't just kind of, it was very cool. A Major League Baseball player show up at your little league game and then hang out with you for a second and tell you, he thought you did great, even though, of course he was lying because I sucked at baseball. It was pretty awesome. Got Wade Boggs right there. Wade Boggs, Hall of Famer. Wade Chicken Man Boggs. Did you all know that was his nickname, I think, if I'm not mistaken, was Chicken Man? Why does he never sign any autographs as Chicken Man? We got Don Ass right here. Everybody's favorite ass right there, Don Ass. Oh, we got Cocaine Strawberry. Daryl Strawberry. Right there. All right, got through that pack. Let's keep on trucking. We're going to keep on trucking, everybody. Hold on, wait. Okay. I thought I all of a sudden something got on my glass, got on my lenses. I need to be able to have perfect eyesight on my glasses because I am blind as a bat. I don't have the luxury of Batman's stuff. Greg Nettles. I got the gum card there. I got to pick up all this gum that keeps falling out of my pack. All right, we got Dave Parker. Got the old Cobra. All right, let's see if we get any hits. So far, this has been a very uneventful second round of baseball card. We got a Don Mattingly. That's cool. I'll take that Don Mattingly. There's his base card. Old Hitman. Old Donnie Baseball. I wonder which one he, Don Mattingly prefers. Because very few baseball players have two nicknames. I'm sure there are some who have multiple nicknames, but I know that Donnie Baseball and Hitman. I wonder if he has a preference on which is his favorite nickname. Does he like Hitman? Does he like Donnie Baseball? Ken Griffey Jr. has he has the Kid and he has Junior. So he kind of has two.
We know a little thing like staying in can make a big difference. That's why it's our pleasure to come to you with delivery right to your door through the Chick-fil-A app where possible, or our delivery partner.
There we go. Let's move on. Whoa now. Whoa now. That was pretty loud.
Okay, Santa. Now let's try out the new Santa. Road. And remember, it's for Santa.
Well, and remember, it's for Santa.
And the Priya.
Whoa, ho, ho, ho. The Santa's elves, guys. I don't know if I remember this song. Oh man, this song's kind of annoying, but I guess I'm gonna commit to it and just let it stay on, even though this song's kind of annoying. Look at this last name, Moneyham. If this dude signs to the mail, I'm definitely getting his autograph. His name is Moneyham. Hold on, wait, no, Mooneyham. Sorry, I can't read, but still, Mooneyham. If this dude signs to the mail, I'm definitely sending off to old Mooneyham. Okay, I can't handle this. Sorry. I wanted to try to handle it. What's up with all these cartoon stuff? Okay, we got out of that. Old Mooneyham. We got Eric Davis. Eric Davis. He looked like he's getting ready to punch somebody in the mouth. Look at Eric Davis's face. He's like, what you talking about? All right, so far, I wonder if Mike Kingery is Scott Kingery's dad. Or, I wonder if that was a Mike Kingery, if that's Scott Kingery's dad. Inquiring minds want to know. Does anybody remember that back in the 80s? Inquiring minds want to know. Now we got Harry Budafani. like singing sad songs. Like I said, like Christmas classics. I don't. This ain't no classic in my mind. I never even heard this one before. I heard the bells on Christmas Day. Have you? Reader's Digest, you got that right, Ron. Got a Gary Carter right there. He looks so happy right there. Look at that. He's all smiles. Mr. Smiles. Oh, that's the first time I've seen a George Barrett card out of all these packs. There's a George Barrett. That's pretty cool. I didn't remember Doug Drabeck pitching for the Yankees. Do you all remember that? There's Doug Drabeck with the Yankees. I do not remember Doug Drabeck ever playing for the Yankees. That must have been like his first year or so in the major leagues because I do not remember that. All right, I'll keep on trucking. Let's see, I got a handful of packs left. Got Tom Herr, got the gum card. Oh, gum card. Whoa now. See if I get lucky and hit any more decent rookies. Dan, oh, nice. We got Jose Canseco right there. We got old Canseco, Mr. Whistleblower. Now we got Bill Mooneyham again. And I got 2 cards of Mr. Mooneyham to autograph. Dude, I'm definitely going to get Mooneyham's autograph if I can. That last name is pretty epic. Mooneyham. I love it. Got another Don Mattingly, 87 Don Mattingly right there. All right. So what's going on, guys? There ain't much conversation happening. What's going on with you all? Are you all winding down for the night? What are some of y'all's family traditions? What's going on? Oh man, Ryan Sandberg got the gum card this time. Jose the Truth Canseco, yeah. Ryan Sandberg got the dreaded gum card. That sucks. All right, Dave Winfield. Dave Winfield right there looking like a killer. Look at that. Winfield. Did Dave Winfield ever have a nickname? I don't remember Dave Winfield ever having a nickname. I'm sure he did. I don't know it. Oh, another Walt Terrell. I'll take it. Walt Terrell. He signed to the mail. Let me all ask you this. 1987. Everybody knows 87, who I guess was born in and around or before 87. And in the 80s in general. You know what's something from the 80s and even the early 90s for sure that has made a resurgence as of late, I would say over the last year or two, but I feel like it's picked up steam over the last year for sure. Do you all know what I'm gonna say? It's for men. It was fashionable for men in the 80s, 70s and 80s, even in the 90s. And then it kind of went out of being in vogue. It fell out of place. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? What's something that men are doing now that they have not been doing in the past? In the past, I would say at least 20 years, maybe longer, but definitely the last 20 years. Something has made a resurgence in America on men. Men have been rocking this new look in the last, I guess, 2 years, but definitely last year. And it was something that was sweeping the nation in the 70s and the 80s. Does anybody have any idea what I'm talking about? Not pleated khaki pants, but thank you for trying. I don't want to give it away. It's something that you see on almost every 80s card and 70s and 80s card on almost every single man. Not everybody, of course. Not everybody rocked this look. but almost everybody rocked this look at some point in time. Some rocked it better than others. Some never rocked it. Some rocked a pretty poorer look of it, but they try to rock it anyways. But does anybody know what I'm trying to get at? Get some interaction going. I have one card I'm ready to show you tell you what I'm show you or share with you what I'm saying. But I want to see if anybody comes up with it first. This is not a trick question, by the way. This is like a legit. Yeah, there you go. The mustache. Look at old Larry Herndon. Larry Herndon is rocking the mustache. Yes. The mustache is making a comeback. If you don't believe me, look at all these new like TV ads and new like movies and TV shows and like paper, like print ads, or maybe people in your lives, like friends or coworkers or whatever. Men are rocking the mustache again. I had not seen that look. My dad is one of the few people I remember still. I've never knew my dad without a mustache. Let's say that he shaved his mustache off in like 83, I think, and I didn't know who he was. I was scared. I started crying. I thought he was a stranger. He wanted me to come up and give him a hug and a kiss, and I was like, no, because he was like, I was like 4 years old, and I didn't recognize who he was. And ever since then, he always had it. He still has it to this day. He never shaved it off. And I thought for sure he'd be the last man with a mustache. But all of a sudden, he held on so long with a mustache that lost the coolness factor, has now come back around and has now shown up again as the cool thing, the lip sweater, the little lip sweater that everybody can wear now. There was like, you have different variations that we just saw with Mark Herndon. You have all kinds of guys that are rocking the mustache. It used to be only the feminists would rock the mustache in the last 20 years. You know, if you're a feminist, you'd rock your mustache. The guys weren't rocking mustaches anymore. Now the guys are coming back and said, hey, we're taking the mustache back. Hashtag mustache. Hashtag my mustache. We're taking it back. They're like, we're not letting you feminists be the only ones with a mustache. So, Ricky Henderson, I don't think he ever rocked a mustache. He's one of the Hall of Famers, I think, that stayed mustacheless. What up, George? Jim Rice rocked the mustache. Earl Hershiser never did. Not that I remember, at least. John Kruk. There you go, mustacheless. I think Kruk had a mustache at some point. I know he had a beard. Thanks for popping on. We got Yanks Fan 7. We got Ron up in here. We got Joe, Dr. Exclusive. We got Andy. Oh, what's up? Talk about mustache rides. What's up, Brandon? My little brother from my actual mother. We're talking about mustache rides, something you know all about. My little bro. What up, little bro? I'm just listening to some Christmas music. Remember 1987 Tops Man? Remember we used to open these cards like all the time in the 80s, dude, or 87? Man, oh man, dude. Oda B. McDowell with his like creepy, thin, like John Waters mustache. He's got going on here. John Waters, he's still rocking the mustache 50 years later too, but his like creepy, like, you know, like what would you say? Like he's like creepy, like flasher, like mustache. You want to keep away from your children. All right, let's keep on. Got a few packs left to open up. Then I'll be done. We got the gum card. Got a Holly Jolly Christmas. Oh yeah, Brandon, you know what's up, Buttercup.
I don't know if there'll be snow.
Well, actually, it snowed up here in north central Indiana today. I mean, not anything major, like just flurries. But it was a nice little feel today. Feel like Christmas. So that was a nice little start of the day when I went out and did some quick running around in the city of Anderson, Indiana. Whoa. All right, what? This pack didn't have. Oh, interesting. This pack did not have any inserts in it. Usually they have an insert. This pack did not. That's interesting. Oh, we got a Nolan Ryan, Ryan Express showing up here. Also, I don't think he ever rocked a mustache. I don't remember Nolan Ryan ever having a mustache. Say hello to friends you know and everyone you meet. Oh, here we go. Here's a classic Vita Blue mustache. Look at that mustache right there. It's like he's like had his arms crossed and everything. He's judging everybody's mustache from the sidelines. He's like, man, that mustache ain't that good. Look at my mustache. Vita Blue. Had a pretty banging mustache. All right, last pack, guys. Last pack. Oh, I just knew it. Son of a gun. I dropped the gum on the ground. Dropped it on the ground. Throw it on the ground. Yeah, they do got some old Hedgehog. He got old Hedgehog. That guy, yeah, he's going to be Ron Jeremy going to spend the rest of his life in jail, it looks like. Outside was bright. Oh, yeah. Oh, Ron Jeremy, man. I haven't. Look at that. I wonder if I send that in to get graded. What'll be the grade? Look at that screening or whatever on that car. That the ink bled all over the place. Probably not going to get a Gym Mint 10. Let it snow. 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 Good night. All right. That's it. Got the. So to recap the box, all the way home I'll be one. I got 2 Barry Larkins. There's a second Barry Larkin out of this box. I got a Bo Jackson, Bo Knows Christmas. Then I got 2 Barry Bonds, Barry Lamar Bonds. So there you go. Yeah, that's true. You're right about John Holmes. That's true. Man, oh man. So let me turn this down a bit. Yeah, baby. I gotta get in the mood. We gotta get in the mood, man. You gotta get the Christmas haircut. Sorry. I apologize, guys. So anyways, I honestly cannot believe I thought I'd be on here talking to myself. You know, it's Christmas Eve, and I'm on here, and there's like between 8 and 10 people popping in and out of here. I'm very humbled, quite frankly, that people are spending a little bit of their Christmas Eve with me. I'm sure I'll be doing this again tomorrow. This is the thing that sucks. Like I kind of talked about this before. It kind of sucks about being up in an area where you're not. Well, I mean, maybe a lot of you all have experienced this. And my brother, if he's still here, which I'm sure he is, you know, we come from a family. Let me turn this down because let's do some straight up real talk with Jason. So my family consists of 5. It's my mom and my dad, me, my brother, and my sister. And we all every year it was pretty much the same, you know. We always we would always get together. We'd have our family Christmas. That never changed. Every Christmas morning. I'm sure like a lot of the things I'm gonna talk about is not gonna be things that a lot of people did not experience. probably very similar stories. It's not like this was uniquely a Payne thing. Yeah, man, it definitely is, George. That's what I'm getting ready to talk about. So you might want to kick back, grab yourself an Ovaltine, and listen up, or a Yoo-Hoo, and we're gonna have a little fireside chat. So, we grew up. It was, my brother, and like I said, my brother and I, my sister, my mom and dad, and every year from the time I can remember, nothing ever changed. We always have Christmas Eve service at a Catholic church because my dad's family's all Irish Catholics. So we'd go to midnight mass or whatever, and then we would go home, and we would get to open up one gift, I believe, or I think we could open up one gift, or we could open up our stocking. That's it on Christmas Eve, and then we'd all have to go to bed. And we never had any family or friends coming through during Christmas time. It was my mom and dad made it strictly just the family. They didn't get mixed up with taking in wayward cousins and aunts and grandparents and all that stuff. We didn't do any of that stuff. Not that I ever remember. And if they did, it was very, very low scale. They were not a factor or whatever. And then we would go to my grandparents' house on my dad's side, or my grandma's house on my dad's side, and then my grandparents' house on my mom's side on Christmas Day. And we spend time with the families there, off and on through the mid-morning to probably mid-afternoon. And we go home. After we open Christmas presents at our house in the morning, we would do something in the late morning, early afternoon at my mom's house. And then in the afternoon, we would go to my dad's mom's house, and we would kind of finish out the day there. But I always grew up, with all that being said, I always grew up around my family, my immediate family, then our extended family on Christmas. So it's been very much of and I don't mean this in a negative way, so I don't want to come across like I'm negative, because I'm not. But it's been a very hard adjustment as an adult, especially after having my son, because initially he was leaving and going with his mom to Japan during the holidays when he was real little. So I missed out on his from 3 to probably from 3 years old to 7 maybe, or even 7 or 8, I would say. So about 4 or 5 years, roughly, maybe more. He would go to Japan during the holidays, and so I'd be here, and we lived up in this area outside of Indianapolis, Indiana. So a lot of my Christmases, I was by myself, and that's the worst feeling. And I'm sure anybody who's ever had that experience, and I can speak to that experience sucks. Especially if you come from a family who was very active and very involved during the holidays. Now, if you come from a family who they didn't celebrate Christmas, or it wasn't a big deal, maybe December 25th was just like December 12th or December 28th. It was no big deal. But for us, it was a big deal. We grew up in a Christian family. We celebrated Christmas. It was a family thing. Yeah, man, exactly, dude. George. So there's certain things in your life that it's hard during the holidays. So, I'm very grateful that kind of thing has not happened, and I hope it never happens. But, having my son away from me on the other side of the world for 2 weeks leading up to Christmas and afterwards, I didn't even spend time with him. So that sucks. Then I'm up here, and with the weather being bad in this area, sometimes you don't want to travel the roads, taking a chance of getting in a wreck or whatnot, especially getting by yourself traveling. Even though my family's all about 2.5, 3 hours away from me, so it's not super far. But with the roads, it could be dangerous. It's a crapshoot. On top of that, I don't want to be the guy that is talked about is showing up at my family's house, my extended family, or even some of my best friends who live down there, and crash at their places during the holidays, because I'm taking away from their family and their family traditions. Now they're taking in Uncle Jason, or they're taking in their best friend. My best friends live down there too. And they're taking me in, and it's I don't want to do that. That's an unnecessary burden, because quite frankly, if the roles were reversed, it would be a little bit of a problem for me, quite frankly. Just to be honest, it's you're kind of messing up our family traditions and stuff. So fast forward to now. Nowadays, Luca doesn't go back during Christmas anymore. He usually goes during spring break, or maybe he might go fall break, or even sometimes summer. But because myself and his mom is divorced, the weeks that, we have a really good relationship, but, it's still her week, and she's still spending time with him. So it's hard for me to try to cut out time before Christmas and really spend time with them, because it's her week and it happens to fall that week. So I have them during the week right after, which is my birthday week. So it's a fair trade because I'll get to spend the time with them afterwards. And we spend all day Christmas together. And we've created our own traditions. But this year with the whole hashtag Rona, you know, we've in the last couple of years, me and Luca and his mom, we go to Christmas Mass sometimes in a Catholic church, or we go to our church, the church we go to, and we all have Christmas service together. We go back to her house. We kind of do that same tradition, like open up a you know, a present or a stocking, and you know, that kind of thing, like what we did, me and my brother and my sister did. But with churches all closed down because, you know, everybody's living in fear, and people, it's all online or whatever. So that kind of takes that tradition out of the equation. And then, so we kind of, you know, it was kind of like me just showing up at like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night to be with Luca, to be like, hey, open your stocking. And then, all right, I'm going to leave and come back to my house while you're at your mom's. And I'll see you tomorrow morning again later. It kind of felt weird. And I couldn't really, I mean, of course, she was fine with me getting together with Luca and we do something, but it just kind of felt like, you know, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. It just kind of felt like it was not, you know, in the right, it wasn't, you know, it didn't make sense, I guess, for a lack of a better term or whatnot. So it kind of sucks that, you know, this today is kind of like that. Hey, what's up? Ohio gozaimasu. Oh, you changed your name back to Stove Collector instead of Stove Investor. I just noticed that, homie. What's up, Mark? You being a libertarian, do you even celebrate Christmas? But so anyways, with that being said, so today it kind of sucked in that capacity because, you know, I didn't get to hang out with Luca. You know, we didn't have Christmas together or Christmas Eve service together where we all could be together. Because before we would have like either dinner together and go have Christmas Eve service or vice versa. So the one thing Shoko and I have done, his mom's name Shoko. I don't know why I keep saying his mom. She Festus. Well, that makes sense. Is that we'll have Christmas morning breakfast together with Luca the last couple of years, and so we'll do that. So Luca will call me like every kid, I'm sure. Like I know me and my brother were like this. As soon as you wake up in the morning, like crack of dawn, before the crack of dawn, you're going to knock on your parents' door or wherever they're at. And say, hey, can we? It's Christmas, you know. Let's go. And all the parents shuffle downstairs or upstairs or out of their rooms or whatever, and all the kids are like. Ugh. So thank God I live like just about 10 minutes away from Luca and his mom. So Luca's already told me, he's like, I'm going to call you in the morning. I'm like, I know. Just call me as soon as you wake up. And I'll roll myself out of bed. I got all my stuff all ready to go. Like everything I need to just grab stuff and get out the door. And so I'll be doing that first thing tomorrow morning. And we'll have Christmas together, which I'm looking forward to tremendously, like any parent would with their kids. And then we'll have breakfast, spending time together, and just hanging out, just have a nice morning, just spending time together. That's kind of what we've been doing the last couple of years, which is great, and I appreciate it. But like I said, it does suck when it's just, used to be, like I said, just me by myself. Or it'd be me and Luca, because his mom would go to Japan and he would stay here with me. Or if it's just me, him, and her, that's fine. But we don't have like a big soiree where there's family get-togethers and everybody spending time together. It's like literally, you know, 20, 30, 40 minutes of all of us like opening up our presents and like spending time talking about, you know, showing each other what we got and, you know, being excited for one another, being happy, then going and eat, you know, breakfast, you know, Shoko's making the breakfast. And of course I try to help, but usually just like when we're married, she's just like, I got it. Don't worry about it. And, but I was told to bring some supplies this time. So I got some requests. I got croissants or crescent rolls, and I got English muffins. So I got my stuff. I got my list that I was supposed to bring. So I already got that together for her. And then, like I said, by 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 at the absolute latest, we're like pretty much done with Christmas. So I would say by 11 or 12 at the absolute latest, I'll be back in my house rest of the day to sit here chilling on myself again. So it is what it is. But then, like I said, you know, I have Luca for next week, and then I think we're gonna try to get down to visit my family during New Year's, because my birthday is New Year's week. Next week's my birthday, and so I'll spend a day or two probably at work, and then I'll spend the rest of the time back in my home, assuming everybody's one, healthy, two, the weather holds out, and so that's the plan. So we'll see. Hopefully, we'll get to hang out with my brother Brandon at some point, for sure. I split Christmas between my mom and dad's house every year. It was nice to have traditions both there. Yeah, and that's true. I mean, it's very weird because my parents, as they've gotten older, they've gotten they're not very healthy. They don't. The situation is everybody has their own lives, and so me and my brother and sister all kind of went our separate ways with our own families or whatnot. We started our own traditions, and my mom and dad never really felt like they really wanted to. I don't want to say they didn't want us to. I can't speak to why, but they never really had all of us come to the house with our families and spend Christmas with them like we did with their families. I don't know why that was. I can't really put my finger on it. I just think they never felt like they want to entertain, I guess. That's really what it boils down to. They never felt like they wanted to open their house up to all of us. Maybe they don't want to put forth the effort or the work, whatever. You can fill in the blank, I guess. But, it is weird coming from a situation where you're always with your family during the holidays to a place where, all I care about really is spending time with my son, quite frankly. Everything else is a bonus. So as long as I get to have that, everything else I can power through for sure. But yeah, I know a couple years ago, my parents surprised me and was like, hey, we're going to come up here for your birthday, which was really nice of them because I think Luca was in Japan or I don't know what the situation was, but they came up here out of the blue, which surprised me. And we spent the day together, which was very nice of them. That was very heartwarming and touching that they didn't have to do that. And it was really cool. But normally, like I said, it sometimes can suck pretty bad. So I'm grateful that I'm going to spend time with him tomorrow for sure. But yeah, so that's a little bit about, that. There you go. That conversation probably went on a little longer than for most people, but that's a little insight of my situation, my story, or whatever. My own, as the kids say now, my truth. To try to negate facts or reality, my truth is everything's that way. So they say that tries to try to take away from any reality or facts that you might try to throw at them. Well, that's not my truth. Well, your truth is not based in fact or reality. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, as the old country song would say. For sure. But yeah, man, I mean, it's been good. It's been pretty good. I've been looking forward to going back home. I'm hoping, like I said, to get to spend time with my family and friends. One of my best friends from North Carolina, he's coming in with his family this weekend, and they'll be there for a week back home in Jeffersonville, where I'm from. So I'm looking forward to spending time and hang out with them. Now, we actually hung out with them during fall break for a week, but they're coming back in town, so I'm looking forward to hanging out with him and my other best friend. And I'm hoping to hang out with my folks if they're up for it, my brother and my little sister. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying to see some people and just hang out, man. It's good times, man. No, George, what are you talking about, dude? You're totally fine. Hey, man, Merry Christmas to you, Gary. Not at all, dude. Not at all, man. You're not bringing anybody down. I'm over here talking about my own situation. That could be one way or the other. I just have the kind of personality overall. I don't let a lot of things get to me. I don't know. That's how I'm made, I guess, or that's how I approach life. So it has to be pretty damaging to really take me down. So, but yeah, man, don't feel bad at all, man, George. I mean, I appreciate you being honest. I feel like more people should be that way. It's definitely difficult. There's been plenty of times I've been down about, like I said, when my son was in Japan, that was the worst, absolutely the worst. And I will be the first one to admit that was not something I would ever want to experience again, if at all, especially when they're little like that. When they're older, obviously, it's a little bit different. But, man, when they're little, they're little bitty like that, that was something that I would prefer never to have anybody ever experience that. I definitely don't want to again. That's for sure. Even though now my son's like 12, and he's like, he's already like, okay, Dad, that's enough. He's like teaching me all these new words, these new like phrases, as all the cool kids say or do. I'm trying to keep up, but I can tell my age is catching up with me now because the stuff he says doesn't even make sense. I feel like back in the olden days, the things that we would say that were like, slang or whatever, at least had some base in some reality or something you knew or heard of in the past. Now it doesn't even make sense. So I'm always like, okay, but it is what it is. I always like to try to see what he has to say because I think it's interesting to say the least. So anyways, for the people who are here, oh yeah, dude, for sure, man. When your kid hits the age when they understand what Christmas is, man, that is awesome, dude. I mean, because the first couple years, they don't know. I mean, they have no idea. And I mean, that's the reality of it. But it is awesome when they finally figure it out. Oh, man, like when my son finally figured out there was, he's getting a present and he's opened up. Like, I remember giving him a present when he was like 2. And, of course, he knew, like, open up the present. Like, you're trying to open it up, he gets that. Even at 3, like, he's starting to get it a lot more. But, man, by the time they're, like, 3 to 4, for sure, and they understand, like, Christmas is a big deal, like, it's a big celebration. They see the signage of the movies and the TV shows and the stores are everywhere and the music's playing and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, we didn't do Santa Claus in my house, but we did Santa Claus when I was growing up. And believe me, Santa Claus was a big deal. I believe in Santa Claus so hardcore. I honestly thought I saw Santa Claus when I was probably like 8 years old, 7 years old, or something like that. I swear I thought I saw Santa Claus in my living room under the tree with a Christmas present. I am not even kidding you. It could have been a guy robbing my house, my mom and dad's house. It could have been like, some horror movie like Black Christmas or something like that, or Silent Night, Deadly Night. I'm not for sure. But I swear I saw Santa Claus at the Christmas tree when I was a kid. I still tell that story to Luke, and he's like, even though he knows there's no Santa Claus and we never did the Santa Claus thing, he's always like, are you serious, Dad? And I'm like, I swear I thought I saw Santa Claus. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, every family does something different. I mean, that is 100%. I'm not one of those people who is like, oh, you shouldn't do Santa Claus. Like, not at all. I mean, I think someone's probably robbing while you're out. I probably was. I mean, I think you should do whatever you want. Like I said, I mean, every family should have their own traditions, regardless of the reasons people would be for or against it. That's it, man. I think it's great. I mean, like I said, it was weird because, we never said anything about Santa Claus to Luca. We just said, we celebrate Christmas because of Jesus, and it's his birthday, and it had nothing to do with Santa Claus. And, and I never said, some Santa Claus is coming to give you anything. And to my knowledge, he's made it his whole life. And I asked him now at 12 years old, I'm like, do you think we took away anything from you? Do you think that we ruined your Christmas by not doing the Santa Claus thing? And he said no, because he still got the gifts. Santa Claus was all around. Like, he wasn't like he got like shorted anything. So I don't know. Like, if I go back in time, would I do it all over again? I think I would. And I also made sure that he never told anybody. Because the weird thing is, here's the thing. My like 4-year-old, 5-year-old son knew there was no Santa Claus, but my brother's daughter, who's like 3 or 4 years older than my son, and then my sister's kids, one of them in particular, who was like 1 or 2 years older than my son, they still believed in Santa Claus when my son had already knew there was no Santa Claus. They were still like telling Luca, like, so what Santa Claus is going to bring you? And then Luca had to pretend to believe in Santa Claus at like 5 years old while they're like 8. And I remember thinking that was hilarious. And I'm like, Luca, do not tell them about there's no Santa Claus. Okay, Dad, okay, I won't. And I'm like, don't you do it. Don't you ruin it. And so, yeah, he's been really good about that. Hey, what up, Chris? Yeah, I mean, I think you're right, Mark. I mean, it doesn't take anything away. I mean, I think it's great. If you want to do Santa Claus, that's fine. My family did Santa Claus growing up. My mom and dad gave us presents that said "From Santa." My mom and dad took us to the mall, and we sat on Santa Claus's lap. Like I told you, I was so invested in the Santa Claus thing, I thought I saw him in my house. I mean, like, this is like how legit it was. So I'm not like putting on it. But as I got older, I just was like, it's not about Santa Claus, it's about Jesus, because that's the reason we're celebrating Christmas, no matter how people want to, spin it. That's why we're having Christmas. I mean, the word Christmas, Christ is in Christmas, for crying out loud. So we always did that. And so, and most of Luca's life, if not all of it, he got 3 presents. And sometimes, because Jesus got 3 presents, so he got 3 presents. Now, as he got a little bit older, I would get like themed. So like it would be like video games, or it might be like, books, and it'd be a one package with lots of different stuff in it. So he'd open it up and think like, hey, what's up, Jamar? Merry Christmas, man. And so, I mean, he would have more than just like 3 literal gifts. We would give him more. But, he's always been the kid. He's always been the kid who was always grateful for whatever he received. He's always been that way. Like, even for his birthday, for Christmas, I'm always like, what do you want for your birthday, buddy? Or what do you want for your Christmas? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I can't think of anything. And I'm like, what? Because if you ask me, you ask my brother, my parents would give us like a little tablet. When we back in the day, well, now a notepad, now a tablet means something different. And we would literally write like 50 things on that piece of paper. We'd go get our J.C. Penney catalog and our Sears catalog and go through every single Kmart and Walmart ad or whatever we grew up with. Sears and what else was there? Woolworth, all that stuff. And we'd write all that stuff or circle them in the books, the big catalog, Christmas catalogs. Then we give it to my parents. We give them the note, our paper. I have to like beg Luca to come up with stuff. So for him, it's not really about quantity. It's more about quality, which I wish I would have known that when I was a kid, because I was all about quantity and not quality. Because I wanted like 100 gifts instead of getting like 2 or 3, 4 or 5 like really good quality gifts. I got like 30 like quantity gifts. I don't want to say they were like not good gifts, because that's what I wanted. But my parents, I don't know how your parents were, and Brandon's still here. I wonder how he thinks. But my mom and dad had this setup where they felt like they had to get me and my brother and my sister equal amount of gifts, even though financially it all was the same. They spent like $200 on each one of us. The kids they would say that we didn't understand that $200 looks different maybe for me than it did for my brother. So even though they spent $200 on me and they got me 18 gifts, they spent $200 on my brother, but he got 13. Then Brandon would be like, well, why does Jason have 5 more gifts than me or whatever? And we wouldn't understand that, well, your gifts cost more. So my parents would end up having like my brother, sister, and I, my parents' living room would be 2 couches and 1 big like armchair. I don't know if you all remember back in the day, any of your dads had the traditional like commander's chair, like Captain Kirk commander's chair that you could push the button or flip the handle, the footstool pops out, and you can lean back and relax and watch your movies and TV shows. Or my dad still has that, and he has one that still, and that thing would be filled with gifts. It would spill out onto the couch, onto the floor, onto the top of the couch, and my sister or whoever would have the chair. And hers would be all around the chair, up on the chair, through the chair, and everywhere. And it was about quantity and not quality. And I remember thinking, like, I'm not going to get caught up in that. We only ended up having Luca, so it worked out that I didn't have to like try to play keeping up with the Joneses with the kids. So Luca didn't have anybody to compare it off of, thank goodness. But I always was like, let's do quality over quantity. So I've never been big into getting him like 100 gifts. It's like, you tell me what you want. And I'm going to do themed type things. Like he wants books, I'll give him books and they're in a pack. He wants video games, they're in a package. He wants like jerseys or clothes, they're in a package, and I put them all together. So he opens them up and all that, but it's not going to be like 50,000 gifts because, his birthday's in October. So by the time December rolls around, he's already got like pretty much everything he asked for. And we pretty much go all out for his birthday. So he really gets a ton of gifts on his birthday. So Christmas is a little bit more like whatever was kind of like left or something he can think of in the last minute that he wants for his birthday. I'm sorry, for Christmas. So, but I never want to take away from the reason why we celebrate Christmas. It's about Jesus being born. It's not about some fat guy sliding down your chimney or whatever. It's about Jesus. And so, I want that tradition to keep going now. Of course, when he turns, 20-something years old, he had his own family. He might be like, what dad did, and my mom sucked. I want a Santa Claus for my kids. I want all that, and that's totally fine. Go for it. I mean, like I said, everybody should do what they want to do. It's like I think it's great that everybody has their own tradition, like we talked about at the beginning. I think it's awesome that people have their own traditions and whatever that means for each person's family. So I think it's awesome. So, but yeah, so that was a little bit of a peek behind the curtain, for sure. But yeah. So is there any traditions that you guys have that you all remember fondly growing up, either with your family or your parents or your grandparents, or maybe something you're doing with your own family now with your kids? That is something that you think is, that you look forward to, or something that you cherish, something that means a lot to you, or meant a lot to you back in the day. Hey, what up, Mike? Hitman. Oh, we got some bah humbug action. Look at that. So negative on Christmas Eve. So negative. Uh-oh. I got a text message from my neighbor, who's a judge here in the community. And let's see here. I saw I dropped out last week. Oh man, okay, I got COVID. Oh, okay. All right, so he got sick they thought he had COVID, but it wasn't. Oh wow, he said there's a bunch of deer behind my house right now. Well, that's cool. I need to go out there and try to catch me a deer when I put a little red nose on them and call them little reindeers. I'm like, yeah, like ride around with them. That's a cool tradition, Mark. That's awesome. Man, your parents had to be like ninjas dropping off your all's Christmas presents if you put your sleeping bags next to the Christmas tree. That is really cool, man. That's a really, really cool tradition, man. That is awesome, man. I like that. And let's see here. No, it's all good, Yeah, you got to be just a smidge. Just a smidge. Man, oh, man. Sorry, I got to... Sorry, I got to respond. Oh, man. Hey, what's up? Foxy, how you doing, brother? Oh, my gosh, dude. Oh, man. That's the world, dude. That is so unfortunate. Like, I saw a special. I don't even want to go down this rabbit hole, but I'm getting ready to make a little tiptoe into it, like dip the big toe in. So there was, I saw on like, I don't know what channel, it was like an excerpt, because I didn't actually watch it. But the poor kids are so concerned about COVID, they're thinking either Santa Claus could get COVID, or he could spread it to everybody as he goes to their house. So they had like Fauci on TV saying that he went to the North Pole and gave Santa a Rona shot. And I'm like, oh my gosh, these poor kids, just let them have Christmas. Just let them have something that nice, something magical, something that they can look forward to. Let's not ruin it, even Christmas, with talking about the nonsense of that. I mean, these poor kids do not need to be like worried about that kind of stuff. They need to worry about hoping they get the best new game system or cool phone or whatever kids are into nowadays or whatever, the new outfits and all that stuff. They don't need to be worried about if a imaginary man is going around to their houses giving everyone COVID. I mean, like, come on, man. What world do we live in right now? It is so sad. So sad. It's just very frustrating, to say the least. It's very, very frustrating. Like, when I hear stuff like that, I'm just like beside myself. Man. How old was she? 77, yeah. Yeah. With my job, I deal with elderly people quite a bit. I don't want to say what I do because it's obviously I just want to keep it private. But anyways, and I hear a lot of those stories like that, either about their spouses or husband or wife, or about a neighbor because obviously they're elderly. And yeah, it's pretty sad, man, for sure, without a doubt. But at the same time, you're 77. And not that it's obviously it's always sad. I mean, I don't feel like that even needs to be said, but I say it anyways. But when you're 7 years old, you don't need to be worrying about that. You should be worried. You should not have, as you know, the parents and the TV should not be trying to make these poor kids be so scared that they're worried about that kind of stuff. They should be worried about what's underneath the Christmas tree, you know. So I mean, it's pretty unfortunate, for sure. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is, but it definitely is unfortunate, without a doubt. Yeah, well, there's plenty of people who are anti-mask. There's plenty of people who are pro-mask. The thing is, the mask isn't going to do anything for you. At the end of the day, I mean, you know, it ain't really doing anything for you. It honestly doesn't do anything. Either really the biggest thing is you're keeping your hands out of your mouth, out of your nose, out of your ears, out of your eyes. You know, socially distance is fine, you know, whatever. But the thing is no mask is going to keep some, you know, microscopic whatever from getting into your mouth, into your nose. It just ain't going to happen. You know, it's just, you know, every time they tell you every type of kind of mask is going to protect you, then they come out and say, well, the mask don't protect you. It's ridiculous. You know, it is what it is. I mean, you know, people can be, the whole mask thing is like turned into a whole big thing. But like I said before, and I'll say it again, you know, I lived in Asia for 12 years. Asians in other countries wear masks to let people know when they are sick, not for healthy people. And that's the way you might wear the mask unless you're in a hospital setting. If you're sick and you go out public, it was because you were not feeling well, but you had to go out and take care of business. It was because you were trying to protect other people from you being sick. It was not a healthy person protecting non-healthy people. And if you're that concerned about getting sick, then you don't need to be out in public anyways. You should just stay at home and just wait till whenever that time comes. But the mask thing is, it's just, you know, people who that are even pro-mask don't even wear the mask the right way. I mean, you know, they hang it down past their chin. They have it off their nose. They have it, you know, they wear these things that are like, what are they called, gaiters or something. You know, even Luca wears one. I mean, you know, but he's 12 and he's a kid and, you know, knock on wood, if you were to even get sick, it's not going to be anything serious. But, you know, like, you know, it's like, I mean, it's like, come on, people are like, you got to wear these like N95 masks. And then all of a sudden the people say those things don't work. They're actually worse for you. It's like, man, they're like that. They move the goalposts so much. It's whatever, dude. At the end of the day, either you're going to get it or you don't get it. And if you're going to get it, you're going to survive or you don't. I mean, that's just the reality of it. That's the way the world is, you know? So I don't know. It is what it is, man. But it's unfortunate. You know, it is kind of amazing. Like I asked, hey, what's up? Hey man, Merry Christmas, dude. So with all that being said, other than that, what do you all have planned for tomorrow? So for tomorrow, for Christmas, either with your family or with your loved ones or your kids or your mom or your dad or your wife or your whatever. Do you all have any plans for tomorrow? I know Mark mentioned about the sleeping bag thing, which I think is really cool. What's the plans for tomorrow? I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, dude. I don't even want to act like I didn't even understand what you're even saying with that. Thank you, Gary. But yeah, so does anybody have any big plans for tomorrow that they're looking forward to doing? Sorry, I gotta bend that down a little bit because no plans. Yep, dude. I mean, I did some of that. I wrapped one more gift for Luca. I went out yesterday and picked up one, not anything major, almost like a joke gift for him. And then I wrapped that today. And then I'm going to send that. I'm going to bring that to him tomorrow morning. So I'm sure he's excited about that. That's awesome, dude, man. It's always so cool to watch kids. Like, seriously, that's what I did, man. I love watching my Luca open his gifts, man. That's cool. That's good. That's good, Mike. I seriously don't even like opening my gifts until Luca opens all of his. Like, I don't even want to look down and open my gift and open up any of my gifts until Luca opens all his. I don't want to miss a single second of that. So I'm always looking so much to it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing it. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to be going live tomorrow. I don't know what time, and maybe I'll do it a couple of times. Maybe 1 in the afternoon and 1 in the evening, like we're doing right now. We'll see. But I don't want to miss a second of Luca opening up a gift. So, sometimes Luca's like, "Dad, open up your gifts." I'm like, "Okay, well, can you not open in yours so I can focus on this, and then I'll focus on watching you. I don't want to miss anything." Oh, okay. And my parents were the same way. They never liked opening their gifts until we opened ours. So I'm sure that's like a universal parent thing. They want to see their kids open up stuff for sure. Let's see. So yeah, I get sucked into these live video situations. Oh, hey man, thanks, Don. I appreciate it. Hey, Merry Christmas, homie. Merry Christmas to you, Don. Merry Christmas, Gentle Warrior. I think you've been here before and you mentioned me your name. I'm sorry. What's your name, dude? I do apologize, or even possibly Dudette, without a doubt. Sorry, I received it. Oh, was that you, dude? Yeah, man. I'm sorry, Gary. I just hold on. Let me unblock Gary. I didn't realize that was that was you, dude. Oh shoot. Oh my gosh. Dude, won't let me. I think I've blocked him. Oh well, it is what it is. All right, Andy. Man, sorry about that, dude. All right, thanks, Andy. I'm sorry. Oh, 3 response cards. Okay, yeah, I remember you. Yeah, what's up, Andy? I appreciate you popping in, dude. But yeah, man, I'm glad to have you here, man. Thanks. Oh man, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to tomorrow with Luca. Looking forward to just spending some quality time with my kiddo, which I'm sure most of you all do. Either have kids or have loved ones. You're looking forward to spending time with them. So for sure. Anybody else? Any other? What's the word I'm looking for? Anybody else have any other activities going on tomorrow? What about the weekend? Does anybody have anything going on for the weekend after Christmas? If I don't know, like Christmas, what sports going on? Is it basketball? Is NBA on NBA on Christmas? I feel like maybe NFL also. Neither sport I have any interest in watching, but I think they're on TV if I'm not mistaken. I don't watch basketball and football anymore, and I might not be watching baseball anymore if they start that nonsense they did last year. So we'll see. But yeah, I think NBA and NFL's on tomorrow. But you know, the weird thing is Luca doesn't watch pro sports really on TV, and unless there's college, I don't watch it anymore anyways. But even college now starting to have their ridiculousness. So who knows? Yeah, Three Rivers was a reference. I was talking about Three Rivers Stadium, right? Yeah. Oh, Allegheny County, baby, in Pittsburgh. Allegheny. If it wasn't for it being up cold, further north in Indiana or Indianapolis, I told Bob I'd move to Pittsburgh because I love Pittsburgh. But man, I don't want to deal with the cold for the rest of my life, man. If anything, I want to move south, which I thought I would never say. But now that I'm in my 40s, I'm like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to move south for sure. I do not want to stay in any cold area. Like, it's already cold. I mean, I just checked my phone and it's like 16 degrees. I'm like, man, 16 degrees, that is like 70 degrees, 60 degrees colder than I wanted to be. I wanted to be in the high 70s, low 80s. If they can stay like that all the time, I'll be your Huckleberry. Hey, Merry Christmas, Gary. Thanks for popping in, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, my friend. I got friends in Illinois because that's where Gary's from. Now, it's not Illinois. It's Illinois. Don't forget. I have a friend of mine who's from Southern Illinois who used to get so bent out of shape that people would call it, oh, you live in Illinois? And he'd be like, oh, my gosh. There's no noise in Illinois. That's what he used to say. So, yeah. Hey, man. Yeah, love you, brother. Yep, man. Mo money, mo problems. That's not what I was trying to get at, but that was actually a great 90s reference. Mo money, mo problems, dude. That is true if you think about it, but I'm okay with that because I'm never going to have to worry about any mo money. I probably sure could if I had mo money, I guess I would have mo problems, but considering I'm going to be poor my whole life, I'm pretty much okay with not having to worry about that. I got plenty of problems without money. I don't need money adding to the issues I already have. So for sure. So the guy, it was Elbow Noodle or Elbow, whatever his name is, I can't remember. He's actually a friend of mine. We have each other's contact information. But when he's talked about something like being a shaved head, I thought he was referencing me being a you-know-what in Germany in the 40s, which I don't want to say on YouTube because then they're gonna what God knows what they're gonna do to my channel. And I was like, whoa, what are you talking about? And I'm like, all right, you're done. Well, apparently it's somebody I know. So I'm like, all right, man. Well, you can't just make random references like that without getting like slapped down. Like, I'm not letting somebody come in here and say that without any context. It's like you're not even making any mention of what you're trying to get at. It's like, what are you talking about? So I don't know if he's like, you can't get on my channel ever again. I don't know. I don't know. I put him in timeout or something. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm like, you mess with fire, you're getting burned. That's what, unfortunately. But anywho, man. Well, hey, guys, I think I want to hop off of here. It's 10:15. I want to be able to make sure when Luca calls me at like, 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm ready to go because I'm sure that's what's going to happen. I'm on my phone right next to me. Like, so I'll hear the ringing. So I'll wake up like ASAP because I sleep what's her name? Aunt so-and-so. I sleep so heavy, a truck could go through a nitroglycerin plant and I wouldn't wake up. So I probably got to get my beauty sleep. As you all know, this doesn't happen overnight. This is a forever work in progress. So guys, I appreciate it. If I don't talk to you all tomorrow, you all have a Merry Christmas and you all take care of yourselves. And yeah, man, just take care, be safe, have fun with your families. And just know, if anybody else out there, Jesus loves you.